Welcome back to another video. I know this is totally different. Like normally I'm doing vlogs. This is gonna be a sit down video and they make me nervous. For some reason still, three and a half years in, I still get nervous with sit down videos, but here we are. I am actually going to work on a puzzle. I haven't even finished my last puzzle, but I wanna start on this while I'm talking just so that like I can calm myself down some. So bear with me, y'all. I'm gonna try to keep calm, keep cool. But I'm so excited to talk about today's topic. Pretty much just preparing for 2025. One, I can't even believe that like literally in less than 2 months, it's gonna be a whole new year. Like where did 2024 go? Honestly, where did time go since like 2016? I can't find it. Like it's been a blur. But either way, we should be prepared for it. But first, let me get this puzzle open. By no means is my life perfect. I don't have my life all figured out. I don't believe there is a such thing as having life figured out because things are always changing, always moving. But I can do my part and try to make each hour, each day, each week, each month, and each year the most successful and prosperous year that I can that's in my control. I am so blessed and so thankful to say that 2024 has actually been the most successful, amazing, beautiful, life-changing year of my life. It's been the best year of my life yet, which sounds crazy to say, but it has been. I plan to make 2025 even better. And my goal in this video is to share with you how I plan to accomplish that. Also, I just hope that at least one thing or one aspect of this video resonates with you because I truly believe that all the girls can win. We can all be prosperous. There's room for all of us to live our best lives. And if something I've going through, learned or something can help inspire or encourage the next woman, then that's what I want to be able to do. Everything may not align with you or pertain to you. And I say successful, and successful is very subjective in my opinion. Like everything that I say throughout this video may not be what you consider to be successful, which is perfectly okay. Like your definition, my definition may not be exactly alike, but I do feel like there will be pieces that will intertwine and cross. Yeah, I'm ready, y'all. Like let's have a very prosperous year. A very prosperous 2025. A few other topics I know for sure I'm going to discuss, because y'all know me, I might just start rambling and talk about something else. But I want to discuss fitness, faith, finances, mentality, and then kind of like reflecting and releasing. Yeah, that'll pretty much shape this video. So let's just get into it because I know I've already been done a lot of talking. Let's just do it. Let's start off with fitness. But this really goes for like everything as a whole. I think the best way that I can and you can also prepare for 2025 is to not waste these next 2 months. Like literally the worst thing we could do is be like, I'm just gonna start is fresh in the new year. Well, what are you doing these next 2 months? Like say for example, I wanted to lose weight in 2025, right? Like that's my goal. Why in the heck would I not start now? Like why would I not go ahead and start building out a program, getting a routine that I can carry over into the new year? Why would I in the meantime eat, drink, do whatever I want to do and maybe tack on 10 pounds? To me, that's counterproductive. Like why not go ahead and start now? I feel like the worst thing I could do is to just waste these next 2 months. Or when you watch this, maybe it's only a month left. Why are you gonna waste this time? It can literally propel and project you into 2025 like in the best way possible. Just go ahead and start now. Like if it's on your heart to start and you can do it, you have the resources and abilities, go ahead and start now because I know I am. I'm not waiting for the first to start anything brand new. I'm gonna do things now to prepare me for 2025. Now for me, I already know what I'm doing. As far as fitness wise in 2025, I have my program built out. I had to ask myself these questions. Do I prefer working out in the mornings, in the evenings, midday, at night, after I get off? Like what is the best time for me to work out? And now in my life, it's always gonna be early in the morning. I prefer to get up and get it done. Even though it's so difficult to wake up some mornings, it's the best thing for me because after work, I don't want to be in nobody's gym. I don't want to be in a packed gym. I know me. Also, don't try to start off with 5 days. If you don't work out at all right now, you're like, all right, for the new year, I want to do 5 days, Monday through Friday, da-da-da-da-da. While that is possible, it's just not very realistic if we're being honest because most people will not stick to it. Trust me, I'm a strength and conditioning coach. I've been in the game for 7 years. I see how it goes. People get sore, one little inconvenience comes up and throws the whole routine off. Start off with 3 days, 2 days, and find something that you like. I know everybody's lifting heavy, everybody's powerlifting, everybody's doing Olympic lifting. I get it, but find the thing that works for you. Maybe that's boxing, maybe that's swimming, karate. Like something else. Maybe it's just going for extremely long walks in the morning. Like, I don't know, like what works best for you, but it has to be realistic. Like, that's the only way you're going to stick to it. Trust me, I've been there. I know. I've started and stopped so many times. I'm not gonna get too like in depth because y'all know I get passionate about fitness. So I'm gonna reel it in a little bit. But those are some of the questions I had to like ask myself again. Like, in this new year, are you gonna still commit to getting up at 3:30, 3:45, 4 o'clock, Monday through Friday to go to your gym sessions? Are you still gonna go first thing in the morning on Saturdays and Sundays to work out as well? Like, what are you gonna do? How many days can you commit to? What is your goal in 2025, Jasmine? What do you wanna change about your physique? Or do you just wanna have like better eating habits? Like, what is it? And I've been able to lay out like what my goals are, what I want to hit, like what I want to see, how I want to see myself. Like, you know, I visualize it, I see it, I wrote it down, so I know now like this is what I'm aiming for. And I also know that I'm flexible enough to know that sometimes things change and maybe my goals will switch a little bit, but at least I have a starting point to work with. It's also been important for me to figure out, like, are there any things that's like hindering me right now from actually reaching those goals or reaching my current fitness goals? Like, and if they are, like, how do I deal with this? How do I move? How do I get past it? You know, how do I make sure that this same thing doesn't hinder me in 2025? Y'all saw me this year. I've always been a strength trainer girl. Well, no, in the very beginning, cardio, then strength training. And then recently this year, I got into running, something I hate. And then I was like, okay, guess what? I still hate it. Like, I don't hate it. I found a love for it and I get it and I understand it. And I'm like, okay, this is what people run. Like, I understand the runner's high, but this isn't for me. This isn't something I want to do every single day. Like, I enjoy picking up heavy weight and putting it back down several times. Like, that's what I enjoy. I actually forgot my point there, but yeah. Also, when it comes to eating, don't just say like, oh, I'm not gonna eat any candy, I'm not gonna have any snacks, I'm not having any fried foods, I'm not gonna have any sugar, I'm not gonna have any salt, I'm not gonna have any of this, I'm not gonna have any of that. We gotta be realistic. We gotta do things that are sustainable. Pick 2 or 3 things and work your way through them. It's gonna be a lot more realistic. It's gonna be easier for you to stick to those things. Just start now. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't waste these next 2 months just because it's the holiday season and pack on an additional 10 pounds, additional 12 pounds when you could have either maintained your weight or you could have lost weight. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe you're trying to put on weight. Don't spend the next 2 months not working towards that goal. Like, go ahead and start eating more. If you need to eat more food so you can put on that weight. If you wanna get strong, go ahead and start lifting heavier. Like, come up with a program. Like, do the things in the next 2 months. Do not wait. I know you guys had to hear me talk about the next 2 months, so we're gonna move on to the next subject, which is faith. This year again has been the most transformational year of my life, and I think it directly correlates and aligns with my faith, with my relationship with God, with it expanding. I have never been this in love with Jesus in my life. I have never been this close. I've never been this knowledgeable. I have never been any of that until this year, and it's been the absolute most amazing thing. Like, there's nothing better. There's no one better. And there's a few different ways how I was able to like work on my relationship, and it's always gonna be a work in progress. It's always something I'm trying to be better at. Some days a little tougher than others, you know, but still he loves me, still he cares about me, still he protects me, still he's him, you know. I've had the most peace in my life this year. And again, I think it's all directed like from a relationship with God. And even though I have a hard time praying to God about like financial things, because I don't know, I just have a difficult time with it. But this also has been the most financially blessed year I've ever had. When I moved to Houston in 2021, I want to say I was making like $50K a year at a job I had been at for 4 or 5 years by the time I left. God has doubled it. Like this year has been so transformative on so many levels. And it's just like, wow, God, you are meeting, like, but I don't want to just praise him because of the financial things. Like, and I think that's the thing. Like, I don't want to tie like my financial blessings, like go to God just for financial things. Like, although I know he will cover me, it's just like I have a hard time with that part. That's something I have to work on. My peace has been the most peaceful, like truly in my spirit, in my soul. I sit in my apartment, I'm just like, God, just thank you. Thank you. Like, man, I just feel calm. I just feel relaxed. I just feel like safe. As I've explained in my vlogs, if you watch them, like just certain things that come at me, the way I deal with them now is so different. I think I love better. I think I love myself more and I love myself better because of my relationship with him. I'm able to let things and people and situations go easier. Man, there's so much, but that's not the point of this. Also, I want to be here. I've not always wanted to be here, and I want to be here more than ever because I feel like there's a lot that he wants to do through me. And it's like, I feel like I'll be letting him down if I were to ever not be here by my own choice, if that makes sense. I feel very blessed to be in the land of the living, despite all this going on with politics and all of those things. And I don't know how to say this. I don't know what things are allowed on like YouTube, but even with the things where people, mass amounts of people are leaving the earth, you know, like in other countries and stuff, like even with all of those things, I'm still so thankful to be here because I know he still has so much to do with me and in me and through me. But this has been very helpful this year, which is I got this study Bible. I know I'm continuing to show it every chance I get because it's been transformative in my life. It is the Life Application Study Bible. I got it from Amazon. I think it was like $40 something. I think they actually have more colors now because this was like the only color I think they had back then. But let me just show you a page. Like down here, it has a whole breakdown portion. I don't know about you, but I can't read New King James? I can't read it because what are you talking about? Literally, like, Jesus, you're giving me these parables and I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying. And like, this breaks it down. I'm like, wow. Or even the text itself is just clearer, but the breakdown portion truly helps. It helps me to identify things that I missed. And it's helped me to actually start studying the Bible versus just reading a scripture, reading a chapter, reading a book in the Bible. I'm now studying it. I'm able to break it down. And like, I used to wonder like how is the Bible not outdated? Because like things aren't the same then as they are now. Like, how does it still apply? As I study it more, I'm actually able to apply it. And I'm like, wow, actually the Bible covers everything. Who knew? I encourage you, if you are a believer, to just really spend time with God. I fasted this year for the first time in a long time, which isn't good, but like that I waited so long to, but I'm just so glad I did. Spend time with God, trust him. Yeah, and if you aren't a believer, I just pray that like you still feel, I don't know if this even makes sense, but that you still feel Jesus' love, you still feel the love of people, and you know that you have purpose. And I mean, I don't really know what else to say, but I wish you so much love. But how does this correlate to 2025, right? Well, for me, I have to think about what areas of my life have I not been trusting God with that I may need to trust him with more, to like completely surrender to him. What areas of my life am I being disobedient when I know that God told me something and then here I am not wanting to do it or something? Like, Jasma, do what you're supposed to do, be obedient. Because sometimes we be trying to dodge the hard thing, dodge the thing he told us to do. Like, but you ask him to use you, ask him to like speak through you and be a vessel, but then we want to run and dodge from certain things because they're hard. Like, no, you gotta do that hard thing just like you did that easy thing. And so I just have to like, I think to even strengthen my relationship with him even more in 2025 is just to completely surrender and to just be more obedient in the things that in his will, pretty much. Okay, so now let's talk about finances. And so in my opinion, I find budgeting to be annoying, but I know it's so necessary. So I started the year out 2024. I purchased they are like spreadsheets, pretty much like budget spreadsheets off of Etsy. They're not much, like maybe $12 or something like that, and you can use them monthly. You can even change it and use it for the whole next year. I started the year off strong, and then somewhere along the line I stopped using it, and I would just use my notebook to kind of jot down things that I needed to pay with each paycheck and things like that. But as of recently, I have gotten back into the habit of budgeting with the Excel spreadsheet because it gives me a more holistic view. Oh wait, also, sorry, I got distracted. I forgot to mention this. I'm also going to link this down in the description. I don't even have an Amazon storefront anymore, so I'm not looking to make any commission from you. I just want to be able to have like share what I have if it's helpful to anyone. So yeah, it'll be down there. Finances, yeah. But then like looking to see how much money I spend. Guys, what are you doing? Why is Amazon taking advantage of me? All right, it's not them, it's literally me, because I'm the one who's like pressing it and putting stuff in the cart and pressing checkout. Like it's literally me. Like it's literally me. But like I realized how much money I'm spending on Amazon for things that I probably don't even need. Things I'm buying that I really don't need. Like you don't even need this, Jasma. And the reason like budgeting is so important to me is because I do have financial goals. I do have things I want to purchase down the line. Like I would love to have acres of land and different things like that, and a house somewhere in the future. And just having financial stability, I think a good part of that is budgeting. And I get that some people live check to check. Trust me, I have been there. Like I get it. Even sometimes you're like, well, what's the point of budgeting if I don't even like have it? Like I gotta pay this anyway. I think that there's still so much in it where you can find room sometimes, like maneuver things in a way that you may not have thought of if you didn't see it out in front of you. So in 2025, before 2025, I actually need to still do this portion. I'm gonna write down like what are my definite financial goals next year, next quarter, even the next 2 or 3 years. 5 years just seems like a bit much for me. Like, I don't know, a lot can change with me in 5 years. Have an idea of what that looks like and what does that mean I can spend? What does that mean I can't spend? You know, because I want to get to a point where like I go out to dinner with my homegirls and like I can just grab lunch or dinner for all of us. You know, like I want to be in that type of position, but I can't do that if I'm just willy-nilly spending my money. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't do that. So yeah, just sitting down, taking a look at the budget, at your budget, because I've done budgeting and I've done without budgeting. And with budgeting, although it's tedious, I don't necessarily enjoy sitting down to do that, it has its benefits and it can put you in a much better financial situation, in a much better financial position, should I say. And of course, I just want to be a good stewardess of my funds. Let's be completely honest here, actually, because it just hit me like, I don't even be tithing. I should be tithing. I should literally be tithing, and I don't. I feel like that's low key, or maybe even high key, like a slap in God's face. I gotta find a church home next year. Like I've been saying that all this year, but I really have to, and I need to go take my butt on Sundays and find somewhere that I truly love. I know I'm going back to like faith, but I can't, like I'm gonna call myself out. Like I gotta be honest with y'all. So yeah, I gotta get back to tithing. That's not cute, Jasma. That is not cute at all. Then especially not the way since he done blessed me financially. Like, come on. Yeah, and just being a good stewardess of my funds. I also want to get to a place where I can not only like just bless my friends with things, but like people I don't even know, and like actually make a difference in their life. They don't even have to know that I did it. Like there's been so many times on Facebook, you know how the people put up something where you can donate. Maybe sometimes it is a GoFundMe, but other times it's like organizations or like fundraisers or things like that. And I don't ever put my name on it because I don't feel like that's one of the things where I need to get a thank you. It's just like doing it because it's on your heart, but doing it because you can do it, you know? I like to be able to just like, ooh, during Christmas time, I love just sending people money for like coffee or just sending them for like lunch and stuff like that, like things like that. I love giving gifts. I know that's not like a love language, because I think getting gifts is a love language, but I like to also give gifts, like it's a love language of mine. I'm getting completely off topic. This is exactly what I mean. All right, we have 2 more topics and then I'm gonna go, yeah, because I know this is getting probably long. It's a long video. The other thing is organization. So this seems kind of basic, but I still want to go over it. Planning, time management, being prompt. Like for me, I'm a very on-time person. I have done digital planning, like using a digital planner. I use a physical planner. I use my notes app sometimes. I use Notion sometimes, and I will go back and forth between all of those. And I think what you have to do is decide which thing really works best for you. What thing can you actually keep up with? And for me, that's a mix between a physical planner. Oh, here it is. Like, where are you? Let me show them my business. This is one that goes from like June of 2024 to June or July of 2025 or May, something. For me, that means getting a physical planner for me to write in, because I need to physically write things down. But also I use my notes app a lot. I know I have at least like 335 million notes in my notes app. Like I know I do. I need to clean it out actually. But finding what works for you. Is that Notion? Do you prefer a digital planner? Can you keep up with it? Or maybe you don't like planning at all. You don't like planners. You don't need to write it down. Maybe you just need your notes app, you know? But just figure out what works best for you so that you can manage the time the way you need to. And I'm not saying hour by hour, minute by minute, because maybe that's not your style. Figuring out your style so that you can make the most out of your life. And by making the most, I don't mean just like be doing stuff all the time. That could either mean like managing your time so that you have enough time to rest. You have enough you time, you know? So just like figuring out what organization style or planning style or time management style works best for you and doing just that. And for me, it's physical and it's my notebook. I mean, it's my notepad app. Like, all right, so the last portion of this is like a combination. It's like a mindset shift reflection, and releasing. I'm just gonna put it all together. Just let it all flow together. I think for me, what I'm kind of learning in 2024, and I want to take it over into 2025, is truly believing that the life that I want is possible, despite what things may look like in this very moment. And I think that does take a shift, because it's easy to get distracted. It's easy to get disappointed and discouraged by what you're seeing currently, especially if you've been working towards something and you don't see it picking up, you don't see things changing. Then you can be like, you know what, forget it. But just remembering that the life I want is possible, but I also have to do the work, you know, if I want to see it through. And you'll never know if you keep quitting. You'll never know if you keep giving up. You'll never know. I also want to do more things that scare me. For example, there is a new series that I'm bringing to the channel that to me is like, am I outside of my lane right now with this? Like, cause you know, you fitness girl, like that's what you've made your whole personality about for the last 7 years. And it's like not fitness specific, you know? So it's like, am I even qualified to be talking about this? But I am, because majority of it is based around my life. Like, how am I not qualified to talk about my experiences? Especially if my goal is to be impactful and for someone, at least one woman, to receive something, or like for me to help them in some capacity that I wish I had when I was in my late 20s or in my earlier 30s. Who am I not to say I can't speak on it, you know? So doing things that seem a little riskier, they're not like my safe place, taking more risk in 2025, even before then, because again, I'm not wasting the next 2 months, and I hope you're not wasting them either. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Also, just being intentional with my time, with my energy, with my love, with the things that I dedicate myself to. Also, romanticizing my life. Like, has that not been a part of my video descriptions like all this year? Because I never realized it before. Like, really romanticizing life. Like, what does that actually mean? Like, I'll see the girlies talk about it, and I was like, what is, like, okay, like that sounds cool, like, ooh. But no, I get it. Like, when I make dinner now, which I don't enjoy cooking. When I make dinner, I light a candle, I put on R&B, I might put on something that's like super cute. And like that gets me in a zone where it's like I'm romanticizing this specific task. I'm making this task seem more than what it probably is, and it make it more enjoyable. The same way with my self-care, self-maintenance days. Like for me, setting the scene and dressing the part really puts me in a better space to get done whatever it is I need to get done. Romanticizing my life in all aspects and in every way. I try to romanticize everything these days, like everything, especially things I don't feel like doing. Let me romanticize it. Let me spice it up a little bit. Don't let me light that candle, turn the R&B on, because I'm in my zone. I'm in my zone. And I think lastly, to kind of prepare for 2025 is just taking the time out to really think about what things did I not enjoy in 2024, what things didn't go the way I wanted them to, why didn't they, what part did I play in it, what way can I be better in 2025 when it comes to these things, what obstacles stood in my way, what things no longer serve me, what people no longer serve me, what places no longer serve me. How do I make those changes in 2025 and not just say, oh, I need to do this, but like, okay, but what are the steps? Really, what are they? Because most things require work. Most things worth having require some type of work. Figure out what that work is and then do it. That's what I plan to do, at least. My job is not to give you advice, actually, just to share, and then hopefully it resonates with you. What areas can I improve on? What areas am I proud of myself for, and I want to continue to be amazing in those things? Say what we coulda, woulda, shoulda do. How about what we did do and what worked out really nice for us? Like I'm proud of myself for doing this. I'm proud of myself for doing that, and I want to keep that up in this new year. Yeah, I know this is like an abrupt ending, but that's pretty much it. I'm pretty sure after like I hit stop, I'm gonna be like, oh dang, I should have said this, and I should have said this, and I should have said that, and it's gonna eat me up a little bit. But in this very moment, like, that's what I have to share. Like, that's how I'm preparing for 2025 and how I plan to make it even better than 2024. And just really quickly, like, I pray that whoever's watching this has an amazing 2025, has an amazing rest of their 2024. I hope next year is very prosperous for you. I hope it's filled with love. I hope your cup runs over with just amazingness. I hope that you find the people, the community, the whatever it is that you're looking for and that you need to help grow into the person that you're destined to be. I hope they find you. I hope you find them. I hope life just gets better and better for you. I hope that you grow in your relationship with hopefully Jesus, you know, hopefully God. But you know, I'm not here to judge if if you don't subscribe to Jesus or God, like I'm not here to judge that at all. I don't know how to finish that sentence, but I just hope that things work out for you and that you know that you're loved, you know that your opinion matters, that you matter. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm halfway done. Like, look at me being like multitasking. Y'all know, if you watch the channel, you know I do not be multitasking like I'm supposed to be. I did all right. I got a good amount done. Yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I would love to hear from you in the comment section, like whatever's on your heart to share or to speak, or if you want to share any of your 2025 goals, like I'm here to be a listening ear, to respond back if you want me to, or just to have dialogue, whatever it is. But again, thank you for being here. I love you, and